Welcome to the 5th episode of the random RCDB Coasters and Parks series, and if you are new to the series, what I do is I get 10 random coasters on RCDB, I discuss and react to all of them, and then I decide which coasters of the 10 are the best, the worst, and the weirdest. After that, I look at each park each coaster is located at, and then I will pick which park looks like the best and the weirdest. Before I get into this episode, as always, I will give a quick warning that this series may feature some images that are not child friendly simply because I have no control over what parks or coasters I will get, and they may have some scary or weird themes. With all that said, let's dive straight into this and into our first coaster, which will be Go Bananas at Wild Adventures in Georgia. This is kind of a one that has a funny name, a name that's been made fun of a lot actually. But this is a Mauer Wild Mouse coaster. Doesn't seem to be really anything too special. If this will load up. Yeah, doesn't look like anything too special. The name is really the thing that jumps out here. Because there's not really much else I guess I can say about it. It's just your typical looking wild mouse coaster. Mauer made it, of course, so I guess it's a little unique, but nothing too special there. The next coaster we have is Super Camel Coaster at Todori Fishland in Japan. I have not heard of this park. Apparently this is manufactured by Meisho in 1980. Looks like it's still around. Looks like it kind of has a steep drop here. Definitely kind of a weird coaster. Anything from Meisho seems to be a little odd. So, I guess that's pretty cool. Actually, just out of curiosity, if we can see what restraints the train has. Doesn't look like we can, but, yeah, obviously an older coaster, just looking at how the track was made. But it is something kind of interesting, a little strange. So maybe this could be the weirdest coaster. I do like the Ferris wheel in the background. We'll have to check out this park. That I'm very much interested in. We'll check that out, I guess, after we go through all the coasters. So the next coaster we have is Hurricane at Fun Spot America in Kissimmee. If you watched my last, the last Coaster Time stream, this one was mentioned a little bit by Hunter and Zach. This is kind of a coaster that quite a few people would say is kind of sketchy. Manufactured by E&F Myler. It's one of the larger coasters they've ever built. It's been relocated a few times actually. So definitely a very interesting ride. Apparently it has some amazing ejector airtime moments. So yeah, pretty incredible. I don't know why it's taking so long today for some of these things to load. But yeah, Hurricane, I mean, it looks very interesting if nothing else. I guess I'll say that much. But yeah, that's Hurricane at Fun Spot America in Kissimmee. So that's pretty interesting. Our next coaster is Express at Luna Park Torana in Albania, if I'm saying that correctly. This is a powered coaster, unknown manufacturer. I guess we'll check it out. Like I said, I don't know why it's taking so long for these things to load, but I guess it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. Interesting station here. There's like a laughing sun, a very creepy looking one actually. I believe that's what that is. Not really anything too special from the looks of it. Just a very simple oval layout of a powered coaster. Train kinda looks interesting, really weird actually. But other than that, it's really not anything too special, but kind of weird, I guess. But I whipped the train. The layout is like pretty much as normal as you could get for like these powered coasters. The next coaster we have is Train du Colorado at Murda Sable in France. I guess it's some sort of mine train. I think it said Soquet. I don't know how you pronounce that manufacturer. Apparently they made this. Interesting. Looks like an indoor queue there, or station I should say. Doesn't look like there's much to say here. Just kind of looks like an older mine train coaster, and it's defunct now. It only operated for 9 years. At this park, apparently it was relocated from somewhere else. So yeah, Soquet, however you pronounce that. We don't, I don't know how you pronounce it, but I guess it's kind of a weird looking mine train. Nothing too incredible though, for sure. Our next coaster we have is Circus Clown. Oh my goodness. Circus Clown at Oakwood. I think I saw this in a Theme Park Crazy video for like the weirdest looking trains, or maybe even, I think it was the spookiest trains. I believe that was his video, yeah. I mean, oh god. This is the stuff of nightmares right here, if we can get a clear shot of it. It's basically just a very simple kiddie coaster. Kind of like a wacky worm layout almost, I guess you could say. But they put a clown on here instead of a wacky worm, which the wacky worm's already disturbing enough, but now we have a creepy clown instead, and it even has the feet hanging out the back. Just a bizarre train design, if nothing else. Just the stuff of nightmares, as I've said. Yeah, and it was made by Pinfari. So yeah, that's pretty terrifying. Our next coaster will be Kingdom Coaster at Dutch Wonderland. Believe this was actually the first coaster that CCI ever built. If I'm wrong about that, someone can correct me in the comments. But yeah, it's more of, I guess, a family style wooden coaster. I do like the color scheme. The purple track with the blue supports. That's pretty cool, actually. Doesn't look like a whole lot. I think I've heard some people actually like really enjoy this coaster. It doesn't look too incredible, but I mean, a good starting point for CCI, which of course they would unfortunately go defunct. But you know, I mean, at least it's something. It's something interesting. We even have some 2020 photos, as you can see, with people wearing masks, which I guess that kind of surprised me because this coaster's been around for so long. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, Kingdom Coaster at Dutch Wonderland in Pennsylvania. So that's pretty cool. The next coaster we have is Roller Coaster, very original name, at Sparkys Family Entertainment Center in Dubai. Weird thing in the front of it. Actually, hold on, who manufactured this? IE Park. It's a spinning coaster. Interesting. And one that was also removed. Only lasted 6 years. That's surprising. Interesting looking park. Hopefully there's more pictures of it. Yeah, so it's a spinning coaster. It kind of goes around this like sort of either indoor park or also, I guess, just entertainment center. Was that what it was? Yeah. Yeah, a spinning coaster. There's not really a whole lot. I mean, it does look interesting. The area it's in is interesting. Coaster itself is doesn't really look all too great. It's a little strange. I didn't even know IE Park did spinning coasters. So this is a little interesting. Looks like it has lap bars. Yeah, the park itself looks pretty cool. The entertainment center, the coaster itself, you know, it's okay, I guess. Yeah, and it's outward facing spinning cars, so I guess that's something as well. It's not the inward ones. So yeah, pretty interesting coaster there as well. A little strange, but that's pretty much that one. The next coaster we have is Coaster at Wonderland. Looks like it has like a superhero figure as the height restriction thing. It's a Vekoma Junior coaster, also in Dubai, actually. So we've gotten 2 Dubai coasters. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, so it looks kind of like it has like I think it's Roller Skaters, the one that has the shoe train as well. Yeah, I mean, it's a Vekoma Junior coaster. Not really anything too special. I've done a few of these. They're perfect for younger ones, but that's like just about it. It's really not anything that special. And this one was also removed, so I guess quite a few removed coasters, although apparently it was relocated, and I would imagine hopefully it would still be operating. But yeah, and our last coaster is Laser at Dorney Park. I've never even heard of this. Schwarzkopf coaster. Yeah, I haven't even heard of this. It actually operated from 1986 to 2008. Maybe I have, but I just don't remember it. Schwarzkopf Looper. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't ever remember hearing about this thing. So that's crazy. This coaster, I mean, it looks pretty intense, pretty solid. I mean, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it, but I didn't know it existed, so that's pretty cool. And it looks like it may have been relocated to Wiener Prater in Austria, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully it's still operating there. Yeah, I had no clue that Dorney Park even had this. I guess I'll just look out of curiosity if it's still there. Well, it was there for a few months. It must be a traveling coaster. I hope it is. Otherwise, that'd be pretty unfortunate. But yeah, a Schwarzkopf looper with 2 loops. That's pretty cool. Like I said, had no clue they had that. So that's pretty crazy. So I guess I'll try to pick a best coaster of the bunch. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to go with. Ooh, it's tough. Part of me wants to go and say Hurricane just because it looks like it has some insane ejector, but Laser is a Schwarzkopf. You know what? I think I'll just say it. I think Hurricane looks like the best. I don't know, something about it. It is very kind of janky looking, but something about it looks appealing to me. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I'm gonna have to pick Hurricane for the best. That will be pretty controversial, I imagine. For the worst, none of these coasters really seem that bad. I think for the worst, we're just gonna go with Express. Yeah, we'll go with that just because it's like the very simple, simplistic oval powered coaster. It really doesn't look like anything special. And for our weirdest coaster, I mean, while the layout's not strange, you can't. I mean, this is a pretty obvious winner. Circus Cloud, like without a doubt, is the weirdest coaster we got. Just that train is the stuff of nightmares. Just who would even design that? So I guess with all of that said, we'll move on to the different parks just to see what they look like. Wild Adventures, of course, this is owned by Hirschend. They have 7 operating coasters. Actually used to have Hurricane, funny enough. But yeah, Wild Adventures. Looks like they have quite a few pictures here. Didn't know they had one of these pendulum rides. Looks pretty small, but at least they have something. So okay, they have some flat rides. They have some gators. I mean, yeah, it is a bit of a zoo. So kind of to be expected. I guess this is one of their kiddie rides. Obviously this seems like most people would say this is the worst of the 3 like Hirschend parks. Just from looking at it, yeah, I could definitely agree. Although I haven't been to any of them, unfortunately, but it still looks alright. It still looks pretty cool in its own way. It's definitely just maybe not up to the level of obviously Silver Dollar City and Dollywood. That spider thing looks pretty cool actually though. Like there's some cool things about this park, just the way it looks. Some of the rides maybe they could paint them up or do a little better upkeeping. I guess I could say that just based off the pictures I'm looking at. They could use a little I guess upgrading maybe just in terms of paint and all that. But the park overall looks pretty solid. SNS drop tower looks like there's some decent stuff here. It looks like it by no means does it look like a terrible park. They have some cool stuff. So I mean, yeah, they have some flats too that are interesting. Yeah, they have some cool non-coaster attractions. So at least they have that going for it. Wild Adventures looks pretty solid actually. The next park we'll be looking at is Tadori Fishland, which unfortunately does not have any pictures. Really unfortunate. I hadn't even heard of this park, so I was looking forward to seeing something of it, but unfortunately, looks like there's nothing for it. The next park we have is Fun Spot America in Kissimmee. Strangely enough, they only have 2 pictures of it. I've heard mixed things about the Fun Spot parks. There is, I believe, the world's tallest sky coaster. If it's not at this one, it's at the other Fun Spot. I think this is the tallest one. I may be wrong on that. But that's pretty cool. And of course, this park is well known for having Mind Blower, so that's their big attraction there. So yeah, that's Fun Spot America. Our next park here is Luna Park Torana, and another one where they don't have that many pictures. It appears, which is unfortunate, really. I would love to see more of these parks. Really, just I mean, yeah, there's not much, so that's unfortunate. Very hard to base anything off of that. Murda Sable in France. Another one where there's barely any pictures, and this has not been the case for the past episodes, so this is unfortunate. A picture of the train looks pretty cool, and some sort of Jeep thing. But yeah, there's not a whole lot, unfortunately. Oakwood, this is the park of Megaphobia, of course, and they actually have 5 coasters, didn't even know that, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, park looks decent in size. So that's cool. I guess it's like kind of the entrance area. That's like a water ride. Looks like they have the sky coaster of their own, or at least at one point they did. Ooh, and a little like kind of garden thing, but it's in the shape of a coaster. That's actually really cool. I really like that. So I mean, from the little bits we've seen, it looks pretty cool. Dutch Wonderland in Pennsylvania. I was pretty close to this park once, didn't quite see it, but I think it's relatively close to Hershey Park, so there's that. Entrance looks kind of cool with the castle. I mean, obviously I would guess so. I like the logo kind of has like the what is it? I forgot the name of their coaster that we just were talking about. Kingdom Coaster, yeah, it looks like it has that on it, like just from the color scheme, so that's cool. I like that. Another picture of the castle looks pretty cool. There's a train. Yeah, they don't have too many pictures. I would imagine this park has some cool stuff. Obviously, they also have Merlin's Mayhem, which is the I believe I think it's an SNS family suspended coaster, I'd like to say. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. The next park we have is Sparkys Family Entertainment Center. I guess not necessarily a park. This is what I wish they had more pictures for. It looked pretty cool, actually, pretty unique. The entrance, I guess they have like kind of like this sort of bug character as their mascot. Just from the pictures we saw from the coaster, it looked pretty cool. That beautiful. So out of all the pictures we have a picture of a sign about changing the diaper. That's pretty special. That's a pretty special picture right there. That's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, I guess that's that park. The next park we have is Wonderland in Dubai, a defunct park, actually. Unfortunate. Operated for about 18 years, it looks like. A little overview of it. The entrance, it looks okay. Looks like it was very spread out. Looks like it was a lot of shops and like a few rides here and there. At least in that area, I suppose. They have a weird flat ride here. I don't know exactly what that is, but yeah, and a wild mouse coaster, it looks like back there. An Nescafe in the shape of a mug. That's actually pretty cool. Kind of gives like Knoebels vibes, really. So that's at least something that's cool. And a camel. I mean, it is Dubai, so I guess that's not totally unexpected. Pretty interesting to see that, though. So yeah, that is pretty interesting. And the last park we have to look at is, of course, Dorney Park. How do they only have one picture of Dorney Park? That's shocking. And it's a picture of the inflatable Snoopy house. So that's unfortunate. So that's going to make this pretty hard because I'm going to pick a best park and a weirdest park. Ooh, man, I don't know. For best one, it's kind of tough. Really none of these really stick out to me. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dorney Park probably has the best coaster collection, but even though I don't know too much about it, I feel like Oakwood's probably a pretty nice park, even though they did have Circus Clown for like 21 years. I think, but just based off what I know, I'm going to have to pick Dorney Park. I think that's pretty much what I'm going to have to go with. And for our weirdest park, really none of them were super strange that we could see, unfortunately. Some people might say fun spot because of how kind of interesting that place can be sometimes. But I'm going to go with this kind of family entertainment center. I don't know. It just looks kind of strange. Doesn't look like something I've ever. It looks kind of weird. Just like from the pictures we could see from the coaster. So I think I'm gonna have to go with that, but really I think that's kind of a stretch. But that's, I guess, what I'm going to have to go with. So if you like this video, of course, make sure to like it and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and you like to watch coaster videos or just videos about theme parks, things of that nature. Make sure to subscribe if you like that. And also make sure to follow me at Coaster Hour on Instagram so you know what content is coming up. If you would like to go above and beyond to support the channel, the best way you can do that is by sharing or recommending the channel and my content on your Instagram story or through other social media. With all of that said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time here on Coaster Hour.